Up, up, up. It's apple picking time by Jody Feek Shapiro, illustrated by Kitty Harville. Up, up, up. It's apple picking time. Mama's voice tickles my ear, whispers me awake. On with my shirt, sweater, pants, warm socks, and shoes not tied. Outside, it feels as if we're the only ones awake in the whole world. Dad says, it's a long drive ahead. Amber uses my shoulder for her pillow, but I don't mind. She's keeping me warm while we're driving to the apple ranch. 2 picnics later, one for breakfast, one for lunch. We're finally off the highway and onto the twisting, bumpy, narrow bridge. 1 car only, apple tree-lined road. There they are, Granny and Grandpa standing at the gate, calling, "Hooray! We're so glad you're finally here." We could hardly wait. Neither could we say. Then, everyone is off to the orchard. It's apple picking time. Apple smell is in the air. Apple perfume everywhere. There are so many trees, and it looks like a million apples. Red, green, yellow, and pink. I don't know where to start, I tell Grandpa. He pulls a yellow apple off a tree. He puts it to his nose and breathes in like Mama does with a flower. Ah, it's perfect apple aroma, says Grandpa, and we lean in close and smell it too. From his pocket, he takes out his red-handled knife and cuts a slice out of the apple. "Have a taste," he says. The apple is cool and crunchy and sweet. Everyone has a slice, and we all stand together in the afternoon sunshine, wishing we could have more. But it's apple picking time. "Begin with this golden delicious, Miles," Grandpa tells me. He points to the tree where we were standing and hands me a small sack made from cloth. I give my littlest tug, and the yellow fruit almost falls into my hand. It's as big as a softball. The sack gets heavy fast. Every time it's full, I empty it into a wooden field box. We climb up ladders and disappear into trees. I can see Dad's legs. His voice is coming from the middle of a tree filled with red apples. He's singing a made-up song about loving apple dumplings and eating apple pie. The tree next to him has Mama's laugh. That's the only way I can tell that she's in it. Amber and Granny are picking up fruit from the ground. Granny says these apples make the best cider. The mention of cider makes me want some. It's warm work picking apples. I say that it already smells as if cider is hiding somewhere in the orchard. "That's apple orchard perfume you're smelling, Miles," says Granny. Then she surprises us with cups of cool apple juice. All afternoon, we fill those apple sacks with delicious, both red and golden, Macintosh, Pippin, Winter Banana, a funny name for an apple if you ask me, and the last few stray Gravensteins. The wagon cart is loaded with boxes filled to the brim. Daylight runs out fast in that canyon, even in the summer. Granny's pippin pie makes a fine end to an apple-picking day. Early to bed, have to be well rested for an apple-selling day. Up, 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 it's apple-selling time. Grandpa's whiskers scratch my cheek, and the smell of the breakfast cooking pulls me out of bed. It's Grandpa's morning oatmeal with sweet applesauce. Then we're out to the fruit stand through the dew-wet grass. Grandpa turns over the carved wooden sign. Cars pull in. Granny, wearing a big straw hat trimmed all around with shiny apples, greets old friends. These are the grandkids come to help. She almost sings those words. Apples are tasted, admired, and bought. We carry bags and boxes of apples to cars for the people who come and go all morning. Lunch is a picnic in the sunshine, but we can hardly sit still enough to eat. It's apple selling time. And then, before you can say Macintosh Granny Smith Golden Delicious Pippin Pie, the sun has flown away, taking the warmth with it. The sign is turned to closed. It's time to call it a day. Supper is fresh baked apple dumplings, floating like islands in a sea of milk. Then there's talking about that apple selling day. Grandpa puts old jazz records on his phonograph and dances around with Amber. Even Mama and Dad dance, but I like lying on the rug in front of the fireplace, just watching everyone being happy, wishing we didn't have to go home tomorrow. It's hard to say goodbye. Hello hugs are so much nicer. Sackfuls of apples surround Amber and me. We're driving home. Their cidery smell helps me remember the happy days of apple picking, apple selling time. The